Dogecoin holders, let's talk about it. So I did talk about this in my previous video. If you watch my previous Dogecoin video, you'll see that I talked about this 42-cent range that we had hit today. We had gained over a 13% on the buy signal here currently. We're also seeing a bit of a pullback in the overall market. I did talk about us having to retest this here. We retesting it, but it looks like we're kind of making that V shape. So if we continue to do that, there's a possibility we might try to get back to this trend line and find some more consolidation period. If we drop below this trend line, what we're going to see is that 33 cent again. But before I go on further, I just want to mention I am not a financial advisor. It's just entertainment purposes only. So make sure you do your own due diligence before investing into the stock or the crypto market. Also, make sure you do take a look at some of the volume that's coming along with the overall market. The volume of crypto is currently pulling back. Stock market is going to be closing here in about 7 minutes from when I'm recording this video. Also, I do want to talk about some whale activity that we're seeing on Dogecoin as well. Right now, the typical hold time on Dogecoin is currently 105 days with a volume of $12 billion. The all-time high is 74 cents. We're halfway to the all-time high. Therefore, we need about $115 billion total market cap for it to get back to that all-time high. It is getting close to competing with XRP on the popularity of number 6. The popularity of Dogecoin is currently number 7 on Coinbase. The market cap currently on Dogecoin is $57.5 billion. We're currently up still 4% on the day, but if you watch my previous video, you'll be able to see where I had talked about getting closer back up here. We did see that high with that candlestick. It touched it and it pulled back very, very quickly, back down to around 3% drop very quickly, just within the 1 hour time frame. Right now, we're kind of seeing it kind of bleed back off a little bit, but if we take a look here at Ethereum, even Ethereum's currently down 4% on the day. Bitcoin had retested the all-time high. I do think Bitcoin is going to get over that 2 trillion range. Once it hits around that 2 trillion range market cap, that's going to be a major target for the cryptocurrency holders because Bitcoin has never been over $2 trillion in market cap. Therefore, that we could see Bitcoin going closer to that 100,000 range once we get to that level. Once we get to that level there, I think that is a major target, is that 100K level, and we could see a potential pullback, and then a lot of these other altcoins could go skyrocket. The overall market is currently bleeding right around 4 to 7%, almost on all my cryptos here. You can see Crowcoin down 2%, Ethereum's down 3.5%, Pepe is 5.5%, 8, 5.5%. Same with XRP down 3%. I just made a video on that as well, so make sure you do check that out, as I think XRP is going to drop below $1, and I kind of explain my reasonings why. Similar to what I'm explaining to Doge currently. With Dogecoin, though, this pullback is definitely going to be something that we have to watch for. Right now, Dogecoin is currently dropping around 8.8% in the last 4 hours. The volume has been over $375 million. You can see with that kind of movement, it looks like some whale activity is going on. I do want to talk about a Dogecoin whale. So recently, whales bought about 140 million Doge, which is about $56 million worth of Dogecoin. The buy-in indicates they have a lot of confidence in Doge's future growth and could hint at a potential for this altcoin to surge. $56 million on a market cap of around $50.75 billion makes a little bit of a difference, but not too much. It's making right around a 0.2% difference. You're going to see them probably trade the altcoin itself. Therefore, you do got to kind of watch for that, as some of it is going to be misleading, as $56 million is a lot of money, but at the same time, with a market cap of $56.5 billion, if they're only holding $50 million, if you would do the math, that would just be right around 0.1% of Dogecoin itself. Along with the supply that he had bought was 140 million Doge, and there's 146.9 billion Doge in circulating supply that's being distributed all around the world. But with Dogecoin activity, there are a large-scale investments can fluctuate Doge liquidity and price stability and trigger similar movements from retail investors. That is indicating basically hype, FOMO, and investment traders that are investing into these cryptos while it's pumping and then selling it off whenever it starts to dump, like we're seeing currently. Seeing this dump right around this 6 to 8% drop is a key indicator where some people do panic and think it's going to drop even further very quickly, as their emotional trading getting in. Whenever you FOMO in, you're investing emotionally. Investing emotionally can be a bad thing, as you're going to be very volatile along with how much money you're holding. You got to be able to take the wins just like you can take the losses. Taking the losses can be difficult, but overall, with the overall market traders, they lose money all the time, and some traders, they make money all the time. You got to be able to go hand in hand. Cut your losses, take your profit. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. It's just entertainment purposes only, so always do your due diligence. I do also want to mention that I do have a Patreon. That Patreon is $30 a month. You can get TradingView indicator access, which called this Dogecoin run yesterday, and you would currently be up right around 5%. But if you'd have gotten that signal and sold it whenever it kind of got to the high, it had over a 13% gain within 14 hours. This indicator also has the MACD signals, auto Fibonacci retracement, auto support lines and resistance lines, along with auto trend lines. This is helpful to a lot of new traders as they're wanting to learn technical analysis, as this indicator also is just one indicator instead of having to have multiple on the screen. You can also change the settings to how you like them as well. That'll be in the link down below in the description. Hit that like button and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of Dogecoin. But my overall price prediction is going to be that we have to break above this 42. That 42 resistance here is definitely a key level. If we break above that, that's going to show that this bull run that we've seen recently, we can overtake that. If we do overtake that, I do think that 50-cent Dogecoin is very possible, definitely in the short term. The volatility of how Bitcoin is currently running, trying to get that $2 trillion range, it looks like Ethereum is currently down 3.56 billion, which it seems like money is moving from Ethereum over into Bitcoin, and some of these altcoins are being pulled over to Bitcoin. And you'll see a lot of that definitely whenever it gets to major price targets and new all-time highs. You'll see that in other coins as well. With Dogecoin whales, as if somebody would invest $100 million into a coin and they make 1% profit, that is $1 million. And that is why a lot of them will take profits, because sometimes they can easily make six figures very quickly, definitely whenever they're trading and it's running up 5%. 5% of 100 million would be right around $5.3 million in gain if they took the profits. And if you would just take off some of the tax and fees, they would make right around $2 million to $3 million per trade with the short-term taxes. We do got tax harvesting coming. That tax harvesting is one thing that does usually pull the market back. I do think that we're going to see the market pull back as we get closer to the holidays along with Christmas. Once we get there, we're going to see a lot of volatility and volume, definitely on Christmas Day. That is using the trend analysis as we've seen in the past. But with tax harvesting, more than likely we're not going to see any movement until January, definitely in the late of December. Usually if you follow the trends, that is usually how it continues to kind of happen here. But with Dogecoin, it has to break that 42 going into that 50-cent range. If it can't beat above that 42-cent range, there's a possibility we're going to break the trend, go back down to that 33-cent range. The volume is holding up good on Dogecoin, though, around $12 billion. Currently losing around $5 to $10 billion a day. Kind of staying pretty steady around that $10 to $15 billion range now. That's a good consolidation period for Dogecoin. But there's still a lot of money coming in and out of the market, so therefore you really got to be careful, as whenever you're trading, you're going to see volume and volatility come and go on these cryptos at certain times of the day and the night time, as more people will wake up across the country and some will be going to sleep around the same time. So therefore, some whales do kind of move money that way as well. You'll start to see a lot of sell-offs along with other situations during the nighttime, definitely in Eastern time. Currently, with the stock market closing, we're kind of staying pretty steadily, but I'm expecting that we're going to see some movement here within probably the next 4 to 8 hours coming on Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. That's going to give us a key indicator of what's going to happen next. I do expect that we're going to see this RSI pullback as we completely went back to overbought. We're kind of consolidating back up. Hopefully it'll give us enough room to give us a leg up, breaking that 43.9, going into that 50-cent range on Dogecoin, and hopefully Bitcoin can hit $100,000 here. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Join the Patreon with a link down below in the description. I am not a financial advisor. It's just entertainment purposes only. Let me know in the comment sections what you think. Thank you, guys.